Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Ask Steve and Larson. Award-winning. The award-winning.
Name the award.
Oh, man. Well, we won that one award for journalism.
No, we didn't. We just
bonus episodes.
We got this bust of Picard face palming, which is kind of the perfect award for this show.
What award would you even want to have beyond that? You know, I didn't poop today.
0.
I didn't poop today.
And how's that treating you?
If I'm here any longer than like 15 minutes, it's not going to be pretty.
Well, we better get to these questions then. First, from Kevin Oyer, which NBA player should be the next to get his own signature shoe?
Everybody, even
Anthony Davis doesn't have one.
No.
Doesn't have one.
Get out of here.
Doesn't have one.
How is that even possible?
I don't know.
Who's he endorsed by?
Nike?
Well, why wasn't he? Well, he's so off and on though, isn't he? Like, isn't he?
No,
injured half the time?
well, I mean, I think he's only played like one full season. So I guess in that sense, but still,
it is surprising. He's a big name.
He's a huge name.
He's a big name.
Because let's go through. Obviously, LeBron, KD, Harden, Steph.
Even De'Aaron Fox has his own shoe.
No, he just got to do his own Air Max 1. He doesn't have his own specific line of basketball.
Did he
shoes.
just get on the website?
No. It was a
stuff?
deal with Nike for just to do an Air Max 1.
Oh, okay.
Kyrie.
Signature shoe is when they like make the shoe,
And it's like your name's in the model.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, like it's a LeBron 16 or a KD 12 or whatever it is, you know? Like Steph has his own shoe.
Kyrie has his own shoe.
Yes. Klay Thompson has his own shoe.
Chris Paul have his
Yes,
own
through
shoe?
Jordan, yeah.
Westbrook has his own shoe.
Yeah, through Jordan. Klay Thompson has his own shoe.
Clay has one?
Yeah, through, I think it's called
He's
Anta.
a sidekick. Why does he have his own shoe?
It's a Chinese brand.
Is what's-his-face still with New Balance?
Oh, Kawhi?
No. It's Steph Curry. He's with the Under Armour.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's bad.
Yeah, Kawhi's still with New Balance.
Kawhi is with New Balance.
They just signed that deal.
What a great idea that is.
Boy,
how much money did he get for that? Do we know?
Probably a lot.
Probably a ton.
Because I know New Balance is really trying to kickstart. Well, Puma just restarted their
I
basketball.
really need to get this audio up here.
Oh, okay. Puma just really started trying to bring back their basketball division, and they had a lot of the rookies from last year.
The rookie.
And I think Boogie Cousins signed a deal with Puma, man, and confirmed torn ACL.
Yeah.
That's a rip. That's a bummer for him, man.
It's a total bummer. On the other hand, it's probably good for whatever team he was signing with, the Lakers.
And by all indications, we heard he was not an issue with the Warriors last year.
Well, yeah, man. Of course he's not, because he's only getting paid like $5 million. I think all that stuff probably brought him down to earth. Hopefully, if he gets better, if all he gets repaired and he's fine, which, boy.
The string of injuries he's had, that's going to be tough to come back from.
No kidding.
I thought it was amazing how quickly he came back from the torn quad. When he tore the quad towards the end of last season,
yeah,
I thought, oh, done. He's not going to play in the playoffs. He
I
came
know.
back for the finals.
He came back.
That was
he
ridiculous.
Was huffing and puffing.
That's more cardio than actual the constitution of his leg.
Mm-hmm.
So Anthony Davis, I think he's the most I could think of.
No, that's a good answer, right?
Prominent, famous player that doesn't have his own signature shoe.
Is Zion going to get his own shoe?
He's got a deal with Nike, so I don't know. Or it's Jordan. Sorry, he signed with Jordan, but he's not going to have his signature shoe yet. Christopher Rampersad, what are your favorite rides at Disneyland? Space Mountain, Splash Mountain,
Yeah.
Mr. Toad's Wild Ride.
Oh, man. I don't even know if I have.
Star Tours is too bumpy.
Yeah, it'd be that.
Dude, and I went on it last.
I want to go to that new thing.
Yeah,
Galaxy's
that'd
Edge.
be fun. When I went out last, they were way too loose with the timeline, man. Like you start off in like the original trilogy, and you go back to Coruscant in the prequels. And I'm like, I didn't go through any damn wormhole here.
Yeah.
How am I bouncing around time? This makes no sense.
Yeah, here's the thing. Like, the nerdiest nerds are going to be going to this thing multiple times. You want to at least get your shit right. I don't know if I even went to that one. That's been around for like 15 years.
They just redid it a few years back.
Yeah. I don't know if I've even been in that one.
It's just new footage. It's the same
did
thing.
the original Star Tours from back in the day.
Did you get to see Captain EO when they brought it back?
No. Is that the Michael Jackson thing? A little weird now. Too much stuff out there.
It's true. Stuff. I'm just curious because they brought it back. I don't know if you went. It's not very good.
I was
anyways.
a huge Michael Jackson
fan
when I was a kid.
Yeah. It's not. I mean, Captain EO is not very good.
Oh, really?
No. I hadn't seen it. And they brought it back, and so in Disneyland checked it out. And we went. I think we saw it twice the same day. So we went to it once. I'm like, am I missing something here?
Yeah.
People spoke about Captain EO like it was this great thing.
People do that about old shit.
Anyways. And then went back and saw it and goes, no, this isn't very great. This isn't very good.
Yeah.
Omega Therion. Someone offers you the opportunity. This is a great question. Someone offers you the opportunity to pursue a doctorate degree in any subject. What do you pick as a major? I've almost done this a couple times. Post graduating from college.
Okay.
Poli-sci.
Oh, that's a good one. Realistically, I would want to aim for probably American history probably post-Civil War. I think that's probably the most interesting. The idea of this country coming back from that, and just how rocky it's been and the effects of that we're still feeling today is absolutely
You should listen to Chris Hayes did a podcast on the impeachment of Andrew Johnson.
Really?
Yes.
That sounds fascinating.
You should listen to it.
That does sound interesting. So that's what if there was some sort of, I find general ideas behind quantum physics fascinating.
I'm not smart enough for that.
If there was something that I could take that wouldn't involve me knowing all sorts of crazy math.
Yeah,
but I don't think there is. You can't just start coming. That's just science fiction at that point. That's just creative writing.
Yeah. Unless there's a scientific mathematical basis for any of your theories and philosophies, and yes.
Poli-sci is good though. You don't think it'd be too dry?
No,
because I think you want to dive into like some history stuff. Like what would you want to focus on with poli-sci?
I mean, there's a policy aspect of it. Some of that I find interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it could be a bit dry depending on the subject matter.
Like I could see like maybe understanding how different governments have worked in the past.
Yeah, well, there's a civics
governments influence other governments.
Yeah, there's a civics aspect of it. That aspect of it, and also how the stuff's playing out today. And then there's the policy aspect of it. But it's hard not to, I would think, to fully get the full picture of all that without some sort of historical basis as well.
Yeah, sure.
Next, J. Sean Lawrence. Remove one director and all their work. You got Scorsese, Tarantino, Spielberg, Ridley Scott, John Carpenter, and Stanley Kubrick. So off the top, Scorsese and Kubrick stay.
So Scorsese, Tarantino, Spielberg, and Kubrick all stay. John Carpenter stay. Ridley Scott goes.
Yeah, Ridley Scott goes.
All you're really missing is Blade Runner, Alien. Come on, there's at least one more.
I mean, he's in a lot of good movies, but
I don't think Gladiator's a big loss.
No. I don't think I've seen that since the year it came out.
Known for I want director.
Here, go back up top. You can click on director up there under filmography.
Let's go back to that.
Like The Hunger's decent.
The Mogul, is that about Daryl Sheets?
Oh wait, did his brother do The Hunger? I thought he did that.
Was it the other guy?
Yeah, Tony.
Tony.
I thought Ridley directed that.
He did a Chanel No. 5 ad. Black Rain. Thelma and Louise.
Yeah, it's totally Ridley Scott.
G.I. Jane. You're really not missing much, dude. Which Robin Hood is this?
It's the one with Russell Crowe.
Oh, he did direct The Martian. Okay. Yeah, but that's not really that great.
That really isn't that great of a movie. Yeah, it's totally Ridley Scott.
Yeah, it's Ridley Scott. He died, didn't he?
No, he's still alive.
His brother's dead.
Tony Scott.
Tony
died.
Scott's dead.
Yes.
Okay.
Next from Mondo Vulgare. What's a movie by an acclaimed director that you think is underrated, a hidden gem in a famous director's filmography?
What's Martin Scorsese's most underrated movie?
After Hours. It's a weird little surreal comedy.
I've never seen that movie.
It's fun.
Yeah. A lot of people are trying to bring Death Proof back from Tarantino's milieu. It does have one of the best final scenes.
Yeah.
With just everybody beating the crap out of Kurt Russell. It's a lot of fun, but by and large, I'm not. That's one of my least favorites of Tarantino.
I'd say Paul Thomas Anderson's Heart 8. That's a really good movie. It's his first movie.
It's a really good movie. I want to put you on a slow boat to China. I'm gonna sing that to you one day in its entirety.
All right.
And then start crying. What about in Spielberg's Milieu? It's the most underrated flick.
I'll have to look. Unless you got something in mind.
No, I just threw out his name.
All right.
Let's find out, though. Oh, Kubrick. What about him? You think it's Barry Lyndon? It's
I've
definitely the one.
Never seen all of it.
I've only seen that one scene with the duel.
Yeah.
And it's like Catch Me If You Can doesn't get a lot of acclaim, but that was a solid flick. It was a fun movie.
I kind of feel like Spielberg's movies are generally regarded in line with how good they are.
They're rated appropriately.
Yeah, I think for the most part.
Yeah.
I don't think there's really anything that's kind of existing under the radar for him, you know?
You know what movie is god awful? Did he direct Ready Player? Yeah, he did. He directed Ready Player One. That movie's awful. I haven't even seen it with sound on. I was just watching it on somebody else's monitor.
For Kubrick's Paths of Glory. That's a good movie with Kirk Douglas.
Yeah, but didn't he like half direct that?
No, he directed the whole thing.
Spartacus, he'd half directed.
Yeah.
I still think it's Barry Lyndon. Nobody ever talks about Barry Lyndon.
Yeah.
And that's when he was fully formed. That's between Clockwork Orange. He did Doctor Strangelove, 2001, Clockwork Orange, Barry Lyndon, then The Shining, Full Metal Jacket. Mm-hmm. And Barry Lyndon's in there. I'm sure it's probably a really cool flick.
Yeah, I just need to finish watching it.
I want to put you on.
Paths of Glory is like a breezy hour-and-a-half anti-war drama.
You ever seen 1941?
Yeah.
Big piece of crap.
It gets dumped on, but I thought it was kind of amusing. I didn't think it was terrible.
Did he direct Empire of the Sun?
Yeah. Always, that's a lousy movie.
Is it rated as such, though?
I don't know. What does it say on IMDb there?
6.4.
Too high.
Hook got 6.8.
Yeah, I don't think
Schindler's List is 8.9.
Yeah, Schindler's List is a great movie, but Hook is not for me, man.
Oh, I heard The Terminal's terrible.
I heard that too.
But then if we hear that, it's not really underrated or anything.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Anyways, next. J. Sean Lawrence, what's the science behind choosing a good watermelon?
This is what I've heard and what I've learned.
Okay, sure.
A few criteria. Perhaps the most important. Well, first, make sure it's not soft. Mm-hmm. Don't get a soft melon. Yeah. 2.
I've never even felt a soft water.
Yeah, I have.
Oh, that doesn't sound
2, when you're looking at the melon, look at the end that connects to the stem. Mm-hmm. If there's any stem on there, put it back.
Oh no!
You want the melons that fall off the vine naturally, because that means they grab them off the ground when they were ripe.
Wow!
And it's better yet if that little belly button on the melon has a little sugar, like dried crystallized sugar coming out of there. Because that means, guess what? It's sweet.
Yeah.
And then the whole thing about it sounding hollow, that's true, because you want a firm melon.
All right.
And then you want to get something that's roughly symmetrical, and on the underside should be a little bit of yellow.
One time, I was at the grocery store with my dad, and I was coming around the corner because I went drifting away somewhere, and we locked eyes, and he accidentally dropped the watermelon. Went everywhere. And he looked at me like, "You're totally going to leave, aren't you?" And I was like, "Yeah, I am." It was all telepathy.
Yeah.
And then I went, "Shh."
Yeah. You pulled an OC on
because here's the thing about my dad. He would expect me and him and I, to pick it up and clean it up. No. If I drop something, I am going to go to the person whose job it is to clean after idiots like me, the people who work there at the shop.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have a bad day. Sometimes you have to pick up some idiot dropping a watermelon. Sometimes you have to clean a bathroom, or somebody throws up in the store. I don't know. Sometimes you have to do shitty things for your job.
Yeah.
But he is the type that he wants to clean it all up. I'm not going to do that, and I can't convince him otherwise.
There is
so I just removed myself.
I wonder sometimes, too, if using this for an example, or if you're at a grocery store and you accidentally knock a bottle of ketchup off the aisle and it falls. From a liability standpoint, they might have to do that, because they don't want someone in there picking up glass, cut themselves, and potentially suing the
Oh,
store.
I don't think nobody at any grocery store would ever say, hey, go pick that up yourself. If you just endeavor to do it yourself and you cut yourself, that's not on them. But my dad wouldn't go tell anybody. He would just start doing it himself. I don't know where he would put he'd probably tell me to go get like a bucket or something, or hey, go grab a garbage can. Yeah, it would be ridiculous. Whatever he asked me would not be possible. So I just walked away.
All right.
I made the right decision, right? Left him out to dry.
I mean, what you really should have done is left, found someone to pick it up, and then get him out of these situations.
If I remember correctly, I just went to the cereal aisle and started looking at the boxes.
Kelvin Wells II. I've been looking to get into Star Trek, but don't know where to start.
Fuck yeah, man.
Where do you guys suggest I begin?
Star Trek 2, the Wrath of Khan.
What, Star Trek 2, Star Trek 3, Star Trek 4?
Here's the thing about Star Trek 2. There is the Star Trek, really, the linchpin of Star Trek isn't the sci-fi ideas. It's not even the stories or any of that. It's the chemistry between the characters. If you watch simply the first season of Star Trek Next Generation, it's trash. However, if you stick it out and watch it until like even season 3, that chemistry is so great. It's so thick. The reason why Star Trek Enterprise is by far, without a doubt, the worst Star Trek there possibly is.
No chemistry?
The cast has zero chemistry. None whatsoever. Nobody acts like they like each other, and they try. They are written to like each other for the most part. Nobody seems to be enjoying their time there. It is so bad. On the other hand, all the best Star Trek, it's all people who have amazing chemistry, whether they're like, for example, in Deep Space Nine, the chemistry between Sisko and his mortal enemy, Gul Dukat. Mm-hmm. The chemistry is so great there. It's reminiscent of Kirk and Khan. So Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan is a terrific sci-fi, fun adventure movie, but you get all the chemistry there. It's the best of Star Trek.
I think, Wrath of Khan checks all the boxes. You get the chemistry, you get some action, you get some of the heady sci-fi stuff with Genesis and themes of death and rebirth. Sure. You get all that.
Yeah.
You get a little bit of everything. And it's all in a really entertaining, well-produced package.
And if you're into that, you could potentially be into Star Trek. So that's where I would suggest you start 2 through 4. Then maybe, I guess, 6, or you can start with Star Trek The Next Generation. And really, Star Trek Next Generation, you can start with, I would say, Season 2 and be pretty... Season 2 has some really solid episodes, and you're not missing much if you don't catch Season 1. Season 1 is kind of a...
It's a season-long pilot.
It is.
One episode where they blow that guy up, though, that has Monster in it. That's pretty neat.
It's like the least Star Trek shit ever,
it's
though.
Great, though.
It is awesome. They blow that dude's head up. It's great.
Yep.
Anyways, that's it for Ask Stephen Larson.
That's it.
Thanks so much, everybody, for your questions. Till next time, I'll talk to you later.
Goodbye.